attention. Thank you everyone for coming out today. Our city council meeting, Monday, August 3rd, 2026, and it's now 5:36. We're gonna call a roll call first. But you know what? Yeah, okay, let's do the roll call.
Councilwoman Vanessa Wynn.
Councilwoman Amelia Inman.
Councilwoman Yolanda Murphy.
Mayor Pro Tem Darrell Honoré.
Councilwoman Diane Howard.
All right, let's stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge
allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna also say a prayer for today.
Let us pray. Father, Mother God, we thank you for this gathering together today, this meeting. We ask that you come in and restore peace and knowledge and wisdom, touch our hearts and our minds so that we make the right decisions for the benefit of the city of Lithonia. These prayers we ask in the name of our African Messiah, Yeshua, Jesus the Christ. Amen.
All right, thank you for that, Councilwoman Howard. All right, so now I'd like the approval of the agenda.
I make a motion to approve tonight's city council meeting, Monday, August 3rd, 5:30 p.m. Second.
All right, the motion has been put on the floor by Councilwoman Murphy and second by Councilwoman Inman. Chief. I'll just come up to you. Okay. You have public comments?
Yes.
All right, 1 second. Now, our assistant clerk just left. Do we have public comments? All right, sure. Oh, yeah. Sorry. We didn't say all in the approval, vote for the approval of the agenda. All in favor?
Aye.
All right, the motion passed unanimously. Ebony's not here. She recording? All right. Okay, public comments.
Good afternoon, Council. Some of you may know me, but I'm just going to reintroduce myself for the record. My name is Kimberly Davis. I live off Union Grove Road in a neighborhood that is currently a part of unincorporated DeKalb County. I spoke at the last meeting or one of the previous meetings, but I'm here today again to just kind of like reinforce that, but also bring forth some new news. I want to firstly start off by formally stating on public record that our neighborhood is actively pursuing the 60% annexation method to officially join the city of Lithonia, which is permissible under Georgia law, under section OCGA 36-36-32. To date, we have already secured a significant majority of our neighborhood signatures demonstrating real enthusiasm for joining the city. We are on track to finalize the petition very soon, but I also wanted to clarify some things before that comes into play. Because I want to ensure absolute transparency and compliance with Georgia law for my neighbors, I have 2 questions. I don't know if you guys will be able to answer the questions, but I still want to state them. You said no?
No.
Okay.
But you can state them.
Okay, first, once our completed petition is submitted to the city clerk for verification, I would like to know what is the city's exact expected timeline for processing the paperwork and notifying DeKalb County. Secondly, what are the city's standard procedures for scheduling the required public hearing, if any, for the final council vote? We are excited about the prospect of continuing or contributing to and growing with Lithonia, and I look forward to submitting our formal petition to the clerk office in the coming days. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Okay, thank
Thank
you.
you very much.
Next is Gregory Johnson.
Good evening, how you all doing?
Oh, yeah, please state your address and
2585 Reagan Street. My question is that I've been there now about 19 years now, and now my house is paid for. So my thing is we don't have a lot of crime that's going on now. And I know y'all trying to get citizens, and that's good for the older one. My thing is, but is there any kind of stipulation or who's staying in this in the high rise when y'all put it there? Well, they can have like grandkids, but we don't have a lot of crime now where we at now. So now we don't know what you all bringing into the neighborhood now. Even though it's validated for the older ones, but you don't know who else they bring into the building. So it would make it like jeopardy for us when they have like grandkids that are terrorizing the neighborhoods or whatever the case may be, because I moved from downtown Atlanta to here for peace. So now I feel like now y'all interrupting my peace now. I got a home that's paid for. I feel like I had a piece of America right here. So I feel like now y'all are bringing something now that might intrude my peace. So I'm just figuring out why are y'all bringing it here when you have a senior citizen home like right here. Y'all pushing so much. You're pushing so much issues here for this home. I don't know what y'all got going on, but the thing about it, now you interrupting now our privacy. Now if you put it where y'all gonna put it there, now you're in my backyard. Really be honest with you. I don't want to wake up in the morning and think nobody else. I don't. But I'm just saying this is my observation. I don't know about nobody else. It's just me. But that's me.
All right. I'll say something. Well, no, never mind. We'll keep going. All right. Next, public. Excuse me.
Ms. Llewellyn.
Mr. Fluen. We got confused.
I thought that you said the developer was gonna be here. There's some issues that need to be put on the table, but I'm sure that you as city council are not aware of. Well, that's on the crest of a hill. If you go in there and you pave it, and you put asphalt down, what are we gonna do with the water shed runoff? There's no storm sewers in the area. The infrastructure doesn't set up for that. So where's the water? Everything from there's a downfall all the way to the only industrial blood off. We can look at the I ain't been to a lot of areas flooded out home because of things from the way people get their stuff. Where are we gonna put that extra water? It's gonna come back to City Hall, or you come down and go to the pump and stuff. There's gonna be a lot of water. Like a water ball will get past my street, not a water ball. Is that gonna be built in? Even a retention pond won't stop that kind of water flow. Right on the crest of a hill, you're gonna gather up, and then the streets are not wide enough to do what you all are trying to do. The traffic is going to be astronomical. Saturday, they had a program over there at the school, at the park. All day long, traffic was streaming up and down our street, but I thought we had got approval to go to the cemetery and come up. Still they come up through there. But it's almost dangerous for somebody try to walk in the right now. It's a bad situation.
Thank you, Mr. Fluen.
Good evening, council members.
Good evening.
I'm Oletha Reed, 2500 Park Drive. On the note that they're talking about, I still think it should be either cottage style or residential homes if it's going to be anything, not a high rise. And my other thing is, since this is regular city council meeting, I have some issues. The pothole at the corner of College Avenue and Stone Mountain Lithonia Road, right at the church. And the other thing is a new sidewalk at the corner of Church Street and Parkway. The sidewalk, to me, was made awkward because it's got a grassy area where, is it on the resident side or is it the city side that need to be cut? Who's in charge of cutting that?
Mm-hmm. We'll find out. We'll send months over there.
So that sidewalk need to be cut.
Ms. Reed, just for clarification, you're talking about like if you're on the street, right? And then you see the granite curb and then you see the new sidewalk in between there.
Mhm.
That's the city's responsibility.
Okay,
I
well,
mentioned that to our department heads as well. So
okay, well, if that's the city's responsibility, I'm looking for the city to do something about that. Also, the house that's on that corner is notorious for not cutting their grass already. So that's not a good site right there.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Reed.
Good evening. My name is Michael Jackson. I live at 2624 Reagan Street. I'm not opposed to anyone housing. I'm not opposed to housing. We need housing. That's the problem we got now in America. We're short of homes. The prices are going way crazy up. But I think what needs to be taken into consideration is what type of zoning in terms of, for example, as I said, I'm a director for a comment. What we do, we provide home care for the elderly under the state program, the Elderly and Disabled Waiver Program. And what I find in a lot of these buildings I go into, and I said this before, you got weed smoking in the elevator, on the floors. They got the grandbabies there. They got the babies there. They got a 2-bedroom. Mama can be 65, 70. Have a 40-year-old with a 23-year-old. Let's just call it what it is. And it creates, already we have problems with school kids. That's 5 or 6 little boys that come through there. We've had to kind of straighten them out and kind of let them know what's going to happen. They're doing everything from fighting to throwing rocks to cursing, carrying on just like they own the place. And right now, if you put that down there, and I'm not saying you can't put it there, but I think if you're going to put only 63 seniors in that building, it needs a whole lot of other mess for 176 people. So somehow or another, you need to put some restrictions on who can come, how long they can stay. Because if you don't, you'll find out not only will it start, and you're only going to have like 4 or 5 jobs come out, so it's not a big employer. What you're going to have is a dilapidated building in no time. And I mean no time. That's all I have to say. Thank you for your time. And by the way, city's been doing a great job cutting, cleaning, keeping things up, posting up.
Thank you, Mr. Jackson.
Okay, so
I'm going to tell you my voice is very low, okay? So I apologize for that. My name is Paige Sanders. I live at 2579 Reagan Street. I just want to reiterate that we are all against this on Reagan Street. Every one of the neighbors on Reagan Street have told us that they do not want this project, that they moved here, they purchased their properties here because of the way the city is now in that area. That street is a neighborhood street, not just houses. If you want to build something, and we know that people need to come in, you need to bring in businesses first. People are not attracted to a place that doesn't have another grocery store or restaurants or any other businesses that you're trying to target. You're trying to target higher incomes, I realize that. But in order to target higher incomes, you need higher end businesses first. You need to have your utility and water resources already done first. You're going about it backwards. You don't have a building full of people first. You need to have your resources first. If that does that make sense to anybody? Okay. Now, I also would like to say we appreciate the fact that people need homes. We don't mind it being downscaled from the 300 people. But there still needs to be some barriers. There needs to be a fence. Because like Greg just told you, he lives right next door to me. This is right in our backyard. Right in our backyard. I am the only one on that side with a fence. So, in going to do this, please downscale the amount of people, but bring your resources first. We would love to have another grocery store that has fresh fruits and vegetables and fresh things. We would love to have a Target or a Brand Smart or something like that, because as it is, the people that come in are going to do just like we do. They're going to go into Rockdale County, Conyers. They're going to go into further DeKalb. They're not going to stay in the city and just go to Wayfield or Family Dollar. So I just wanted to say that, and thank you for listening to me.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Can I make a statement real quick? I can't.
No, don't do that.
Oh.
All right. Okay, now we're gonna move on down to old business. This is for decision. City parking lot, chief, the city administrator. Representative.
We didn't have anybody
Oh, what,
for?
that was it?
We didn't have anybody for?
That was the only public comments yet. It's not a public hearing.
Oh, you know, it's right there on the agenda. It is.
That's a public hearing.
Yeah.
It should be public comment.
That's why I asked. That's why I was like,
Yeah, it should be a public comment.
Can I have a question right quick? So the guy who's representing, he's not here?
No, right now. But we'll move up this. We'll go to that. It's on the agenda.
It's on the-
Good evening. So this is a long time coming. 2012, I think, is when I found plans for the parking lot. 2015, I think, is when they started. 2019 kind of died off. We're finally here and ready to move forward. I want to start off by saying I attended a big meeting about 2 weeks ago. It was with every city in the state. It was done by Zoom, and they awarded awards to 3 different cities that did some kind of project that improved economic growth, that improved the growth of the city, that brought jobs to the city. And the number one thing that each person did, each city, was the first thing they started with was a parking lot. The city of Dublin started with a parking lot, which in turn increased the value of their city from $3 million to $7 million just in their downtown Main Street. City of Avondale, also, if you notice their growth, everybody sees that they've got a $300 million development coming. First thing they did was they addressed the parking on Main Street, the parking lot in the back, dog park, all that. There's another real small city in South Georgia, same issue they had. They had downtown Main Street, historic, no growth, no businesses. They addressed the parking on Main Street, built a parking lot, and brought everything. They went from a $500,000 valuation to almost a $5 million valuation. So it's proven that the parking lot brings growth. And this right here is a testament to where we're going to go. We currently bring before you the official lowest and most responsive bidder for the ITB for the parking lot, which was PKS. They came in as the most responsive and the lowest bid at $1,239,932.47. So we're recommending approval of PKS for the construction of the parking lot, as well as an additional, I don't think we put it in the resolution, $50,000 in contingency, just to prevent any type of, we run into something, we're not holding it up, waiting to come back to a meeting. Anything over $50,000, of course, we'll come back to council for approval.
Question.
Okay. Yeah, okay. One way we do it is that in a discussion really is where we start discussing the actual thing, then we vote on, approve or disapprove. So I would like to have a motion to, is this for approval? Motion for approval, and we second, and then we go into our discussion about it. That way we could end it. Sorry.
Do we only have one company?
So we had 5 that,
But we
We're
gotta
gonna
know who's
discuss
gonna
it.
do it though.
I said,
Who's
So-
who's the
PKS
construction?
was the recommendation.
yeah, so we had 5 bidders. This was put out for a formal bid. This is not a competitive bid, which normally competitive bids are just bids we get depending on the threshold and we bring before council for approval. Because of the cost of this project and the type of project, it was put out through advertisement, through GMA, public advertisement, website, and then we received 5 sealed bids. Those sealed bids were then reviewed by myself, Harry, and actually me and Vicky reviewed them as well in reference to getting the qualifications. Now, the bids were based on qualifications for, so 4 categories we looked at: the qualification and experience of the contractor, the cost and price proposal, the compliance and local preference, as well as previous projects. We did have several people submit bids. Like I said, we had 5 contractors, but we had to go with the one that was most responsive. To give you an idea, we had somebody submit a bid that was so low that it can't be done. It didn't go in line with what the engineers are recommending.
Do we have any recommendations?
PKS.
Yeah,
You said
PKS
that twice.
is the recommendation. They were the most responsive and lowest bid, which means responsive as in prior work. They've done this work before. They can do this work
Okay, let me
their
change the
experience.
question
Yeah,
then.
we did.
Who recommended
That's
PKS?
what you want.
Yeah.
That was a question
Yeah.
not that we have, excuse me.
That would be myself, Harry. We recommend, the two of us.
Harry,
and then-
because you didn't say Harry before, he is an engineer.
Yeah, he's our engineer, and then
They call it recommendation. They're the matrix scoring chart, but they, the responsive most
they scored
Lowest and
the
most
highest.
responsible.
Yeah, they scored the highest. So it's a scoring sheet. Like I said, those 4 categories we score them on. You know, like we have one company that only has 5 years of experience. Another company has 20 years of experience. We have one company that doesn't do any of this work. They just sub it all out to everybody. We have another company that does, they are a paving and concrete company. Those will outweigh each other in the scoring matrix.
Thank you.
That's a good question. See,
course.
Wait, okay, we're gonna put a motion on the table and second, like I was saying, then we'll open up for discussion. And then after discussion, we'll give everybody 3 minutes, talk about it, and then open discussion, right? Everybody say something for 3 minutes. No, only after the motion, first and second discussion. So at this point, I'll take a motion.
All right. I'd like to make a motion to approve PKS to do the work for the city parking lot, which is located right here off of Main Street and Swift Street. Swift Street.
Yes.
Swift and Wiggins.
Correct.
Runs
Swift Wiggins.
between Swift and Wiggins.
Who's second?
All right, a motion put on table by,
That's the motion to approve the resolution.
oh, so that's what we, all right, I was gonna read that after. So read that.
Yeah.
All right, so
So I have to edit the motion.
here.
Oh, okay.
No, you'll read it. She just needs to make a motion to approve the resolution.
Oh, okay, so we're approving a resolution.
Yeah, and to authorize the mayor to execute the contract.
All right, that's what we done.
We gotta update this agenda, y'all.
All right, so I'll take a motion on the floor to revise it.
You said a lot that I
Yeah,
can't remember.
It's a motion to approve a resolution to allow the mayor
To allow the mayor to
execute the contract.
Yes.
Okay.
Speak.
I would like to make a motion to approve the resolution for the mayor to execute the contract with PKS for the city parking lot.
Second.
Okay, we got a motion on the floor by Councilwoman Inman and second by Ms. Howard. Now we open the floor for discussion. And, we'll start off with another question.
I'm sorry, I have a question about the parking lot. Okay, so, do we have a date a proposed date when it's gonna start, how long it's gonna take, when it's gonna end?
So the tentative date is 8 months,
8 months.
From beginning to completion.
beginning to completion. Of course, we are going into some fall, winter months. So,
Fall is good, that winter.
yeah.
Are we gonna be doing it in sections? Like,
It's all one.
they're gonna start on the parking lot and zoop, right, it's gonna be done, no, first and second, third?
No first base.
Yes.
Also, one of my questions about, we talked about a 2-year span, but that was in phases. We 86 in the phases, everything's gonna be done at one time.
Correct.
Okay, so my second question is, I know that you showed us a plan. Is there a final, any deviations from what you showed us, like anything different? Or will we get to see a final rendering?
So there's no deviation from the final plan that you showed and I showed up on the TV. Now I am trying to work to get an actual architectural rendering to put on a board. I didn't realize that's a little bit of a difficult thing. Especially when you have somebody else's plans, somebody might not want to use it. I mean, it's we are working for that.
So then, unfortunately, this not the time for public comments and questions. Hopefully, as we continue to ask the questions, one of us will probably ask one of the questions that you're thinking. Hopefully, if not, we'll see you after the session. Okay. So the second question, I know we have to wait until after the session to answer those questions. My apologies. And then the second thing I wanted to ask is, with that rendering, we are moving the Mr. Monster's team to the Boy Scout.
Correct.
Are we still including the family fun pad for any businesses,
For vendors?
for the food trucks? Are we
Oh, yeah.
still
Yes, yeah.
adding
That hasn't changed. The food truck parking pads are still included.
last
Yeah.
question? Did we come to an agreement as to what we wanted to do when it came to the restroom facilities? That's very important to me.
So
So if
that
we're
has,
gonna do it, let's try to include it.
so that hasn't. We haven't come to that yet, but there is one that I'm working on with. They make in the city of Cornelia has like 6 of them around their park. They make the old shipping containers. They're very nice restrooms. So I'm working to try to figure out if that would work because they actually work with durability too, with people trying to damage.
So I asked because I know we're giving I'm gonna call it fluff, a little bit of fluff to the project for like any kind of expenditures outside of what we already scoped for the project. But I think that it'll be very good for us to include it because we have to have it in the budget. But I was really concerned about us not really talking about that part. And I guess my last question is, you said 8 months, but after we approve it, how far before the start?
So we are waiting on Georgia Power and Atlanta Gas and Light to officially meet with us out there. They got to meet with the contractor that's picked because they need to get with them in conjunction of 3 power poles. And also in that parking lot is gas lines, like I said before, from I think like the 70s. They believe that there's no gas running through them and they're disconnected, but they need to get with the contractor to make sure that when they dig it up, they can work together to address the line.
Will we be moving any sewer? Because I know we had a conversation about
No. Sewer's
Okay.
not us. We don't deal with sewer.
Okay.
So it's stormwater. Like, yes,
Okay,
the stormwater upgrade over there is a part of that.
Thank you. Well, you still have a chance to ask questions after the council. Thank you, Councilwoman Murphy. All right, Councilwoman Inman, you have any questions?
Yeah, okay. Are we still incorporating, like for Tesla cars and or electronic cars?
Yes, that's through Georgia Power. It's at no cost to us. They have a program where they will put in EV charging.
Okay. Now the food truck was that for the park?
For the parking lot.
That was parking lot for the parking lot,
Mhm.
not the park. Okay. For some reason, I thought originally we talked about
We gonna get the part, get it paved over here.
yeah.
'Cause
So
somebody had
now we're
bought-
talking about just right
Yeah. no, we
somewhere
just
over
have
there.
parking lot.
Okay. I think at one point the conversation was also putting like you guys were saying, like the trailer bathrooms, but like make it stationary near where the huge drain was going to go originally. Is that still kind of the placement?
Yeah, that would be where we would place it.
Okay. And then I don't recall, but how is the lighting going to be throughout the parking lot? And I want to make sure I know Georgia Power still has to go out there and do their thing, but sufficient lighting, I think, will help keep away a lot of problems. So that is a concern for me while we're looking at, those contingency items.
So the lighting is done by Georgia Power. We're a franchisee of Georgia Power. So they'll work with us to put the lighting up, and then of course it's just kind of like leased to the city. So there is conversation of the pedestrian designer poles, like the one right here on Main Street, going where the food trucks will be, and then the big LED poles going into the parking lot. Now in those plans, I think there's a light pole in almost every aisle to light up the parking lot.
And tell me, what was the roundabout number again for parking? How many?
So originally it was 72, but I think with the public works building being moved, it'll be increased to more like 100.
Okay, I think that's.
Thank you, Councilwoman Emmett. Councilwoman Wynn?
Okay, will we have extended parking, or it's just the whole lot would be one parking lot? You know, like maybe you could go up on the ramp. You know, like you
No,
have,
it's not gonna be doubles.
Yeah,
It's
there's
not
not
gonna
a
be
levels. No, it's
okay,
just
it's
one
just
level.
one. Okay, how would it affect the retaining part that you were telling us about? Will any changes be made in that area?
No, so it'll have a new storm drain from Wigan Street down towards Swift Street, which is where the main storm drain box is at Swift Street.
Mhm.
So that's why that underground retention system is so important. That was kind of the bulk of the cost of the biggest part of the parking lot, was having to put that new underground retention system in order to come up to code and meet the new stormwater.
Thank you, Councilwoman Wynn. Are there any other Councilwoman Howard? Go ahead. Yeah, this is open now.
I'm sorry, one more. Because right now I see trailers and homes parked there overnight forever. So I guess that would eliminate people just parking there. Will it be
Correct.
overnight parking?
Correct. We're actually currently working on an ordinance right now where it's no overnight parking.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilwoman Howard. Any other comments before we take a vote? Hearing there's none, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? If there is none, motion passes. Thank you, Chief.
Resolution.
Oh, yeah, for the resolution. Upon approving this bid, a resolution by the City of Lithonia, Georgia, authorizing the mayor to negotiate and authorize the execution of its number 2026-002 Wigan Street parking lot construction contract with PKS, Asphalt and Paving Incorporated, for an initial term ending on August 23rd of 2027, in an amount not to exceed $1,239,922, $32.90. That was to the penny. We will need to read this after. Thank you. So once you get that.
So real quick, just because I know the question, parking lot is actually right here on Main Street. We currently own it, left parking lot. I know that. It's behind the building. One, it's a big parking lot, like literally you can't. So the alleyway, the city has owned, the city purchased the alleyway in between the old post office, purchased the old post office to preserve it because it was in the whole thing. But the whole thing is going to do drainage, stormwater, new parking lot, new lighting.
What's the tentative start date?
No, it's not truck.
No, I said, is it going to be a food truck?
No, there's only two spots.
For the food truck.
So, well, I'll answer questions afterwards. There's not time. I'll do the questions out there. I just want to throw out there because I know that came up, and a lot of people, forget that that's even back there sometimes. Because a lot of people forget Main Street even there sometimes. But hopefully, this will bring a lot of folks.
And also let them know that the funds are generated from the Splash funds.
That was a whole
Yeah,
separate spot.
we can explain what Splash is.
When we do the contract, can we include a start? I know we have the electric and the whatever to do, but once they start work, can we have a start and a finish
Yeah,
estimated?
Yeah,
So that it's not just dragged on like forever. Because like you said, we already was in 2012. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilwoman Howard. Okay, for decision, being on the old business public works building.
So we'll move that to the next meeting. I didn't get the last bid that I needed for that, but that'll probably be on almost every approval board, just so you know, so we can get the new public works building finished so they can get moved
for discussion. 6801, 6787 Falkway Drive. Yeah, rezoning. Chief, tell us something.
So it's at council's pleasure if one, the applicant's not here to talk to the mayor. There was a recommendation of another public hearing or town hall. Of course, they said town hall, but public hearing to me allows them to talk, allows you guys to get questions, allows more answers to be had, and allows him to answer the questions that were out there. So it's at council's pleasure if you want to table it for another public hearing or whatever you want to do as far as who would not.
Well, this is the second time he's missed. I mean, and we have people that continue to come out. And where is he? You don't know?
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
it was brought up that about doing another public hearing. So it's council's pleasure.
Well, I did speak with him after the meeting with what it was called, the housing committee, the GET program. He was there also with Mayor and Chief, and there was some more suggestions on the look of the architect of the building and some other exterior aspects of it. So then it was recommended, send it to the architect to make those changes. Some other citizens came up with that. So then they say, well, mayor said, well, let's have a town hall where people could talk, right? Because this is formal, we can't let everybody talk. We gotta make it straight. So it takes time. So we're gonna have that set up by the mayor in a building. And I want to say the mayor is absent. She's working. She's a hardworking young lady, but she is watching every meeting. She watches every meeting. So
What committee requested a change in the architecture?
no,
Where was that done? You said it was done and that's taking up time.
yeah, I wasn't at the meeting. It's the mayor, the housing meeting, KIT program. And Mr. Jackson was.
Decided to change.
No, it's a suggestion.
This is a council vote. Council vote to deny or allow him to have another public hearing. You had the public hearing previously. At that public hearing, there was a motion to approve.
Right.
So, you can, on the item that's been advertised for today, you can reschedule if you'd like to have another public hearing. So if you need to get more, one more of the community or applicant, you can do that too. But as of today, you got what's up. It's the rezoning, it's not an actual building development.
Right, it's the rezoning, but if it's not rezoned, then he can't build.
Correct.
How are you feeling? You ready to vote?
You said, how do I feel?
Or you want to hear more?
No, I don't personally want to hear more. I've heard everything from our community, and this is the time now for me to make my statement, right? Just my little comment. I've heard a lot of people speak, and I just want you to be aware that it's not the city making this development. It is a developer that has come and presented to the city. So just make sure you understand where the source is coming from. So that way, when you all are addressing certain things, you know that it's not us, the city council, making those decisions. We just have to listen to our constituents and hear what you guys are saying. And clearly, no one wants it. So I think the decision is pretty much made. I do want to clearly state that I'm always in support of housing because we do need housing, but it has to be the right kind of housing. Okay, so that is my take here.
I agree with you, Councilwoman Inman. We have to listen to the community and what the community wants. And because at the end of the day, a developer can come, an investor can come, and then they're gone, and we have to live with it. So I'm ready to make a decision. Okay. So,
I'd like to make a comment.
okay.
So with that, and all the misinformation that was just spoken from the misinformation. misinformation. This young man came and said it was high rise. It's not high rise. Right, right.
But whatever it is, he's not here.
I'm finished.
He's not here to even.
All right. And excuse me.
Okay.
So it's misinformation with the 300 people and the stuff with all the people that's going to be in the housing. I appreciate that. I mean, we just keep it the way it is. If that's what you want, it's a pleasure to counsel. And I'm quiet.
So do we need that from discussion to vote for a decision?
Yeah, it's motion. Is there a motion on the floor?
Yes, I would like to put one on. A motion to decline the rezoning of 6801 and 6787 Parkway Drive rezone.
Is there a second? Motion on the floor. Is there a second?
Second.
All right. Any discussion? All right. With that, are there any with approval? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Aye. Okay. Did you vote? Ms. Swift? You voted?
I did.
Okay. Which was aye?
I did. You know, I abstained. The only thing is there are
Wait.
a lot of
Oh, 1,
questions.
2, 3. Okay.
And the paperwork, I did go through the paperwork myself. I just sat down when Mr. Fluellen spoke. I made notes on those papers, and that was one of the things that I
Ms.
was.
Wynn.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. So
So
you
you're
voted.
All right,
voting still
all
abstaining?
right. Motion passes.
Motion passed. You voted.
Application denied. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right.
Need
With
for
that,
executive
are
session.
there any city administration reports?
The only report I have is parking lot is gonna start, so that's, you should be
All right,
excited. about
excellent.
Looking
that.
forward to
Years,
it.
years in the making.
Any,
Yeah.
nothing else about code enforcement? Oh, code enforcement? Okay. Let's go enforcement. Come on up.
Right, I'm gonna be right there with you.
Hey, how you
Hey.
doing, Roseberry? Officer Roseberry.
First of all, I want to say thank you to Councilman Honoré. Thank you.
Welcome.
It meant a lot for me to see you in that courtroom.
We'd like to hear stuff.
Appreciate you. Appreciate you. I just want to speak on the fact that I do appreciate council being behind me and pushing to get the place cleaned up. I do appreciate that. That means a lot to me as I work diligently trying to get everybody through. All our businesses have been brought up to code now, so I'm thankful for that. They're looking good. Everything's moving forward. Our biggest problem that I dealt with recently, he was in the courtroom and saw it. It came out great. It really did. And we're looking forward to moving on and trying to get our residents to be more street captain worthy. I'm looking for street captains. So please call me or email me. I do appreciate the phone calls and the emails that, where we progress and move through. We did a major situation from one of our people calling in, and it came out well for us in the community. So I do appreciate everything that's been going on. If y'all have any questions for me, council, I'll be glad to answer.
Question.
Yes,
I know, and this might be for Chief too. The muni codes that we were going to be able to look at what Officer Roseberry was doing and not doing. And I know you have a lot on your plate, and I know it probably takes up your time as well when we have to ask you about this and something that you've already done. So, and things that you continue to work on it. And sometimes we request an update. So I was thinking that at one point we talked about having the codes where we would be able to go in and see what Officer Code Enforcement Rosemary is doing. And so that we can not have to, take up her time calling and repeating the same stuff year after year.
I would like it to be placed online so that the public will be aware, and not just by them just looking up certain things. It could also be on our public website. So that's one of the things that Chief and I did speak about. We did speak about the Muni codes being accessible to the public, easily accessed.
Right.
So that's one of the things that I knew you all voted on everything, the adoption of all the
Yeah.
different codes or whatnot, IPMC with DeKalb County. So they're looking now to put the Muni codes up for us and us as a city itself, as in Lithonia. So when you look up Muni codes of Lithonia, pretty soon it's going to come up different.
Yeah,
Okay.
that sounds like.
All right. So the Muni codes is probably for something else. But what about the software that we approved?
Oh, my monthly stats. Oh, okay.
Yeah, my bad. So those are the codes that we have to abide by, the codes. Okay, and as far as her production of work that she's working on currently, then did we approve something in that aspect, software, that she would be able to key in what she's currently working on, and we would be able to go in and look at it?
Yeah, it was some software.
No, that's not just.
Somewhere you could take pictures.
Yeah.
The public work, we approved the one.
Well, we did
Oh, yeah,
one.
that's when we
We did one
look
for-
at the jobs, like when somebody submits a job request, he's gonna give us access to go in there and look at those job requests, and if they got, like where they are.
Yeah,
That was for
and
public works.
that's great, but we also had something
We did
else.
talk.
Yeah,
That came way before
Yeah,
public
works.
works.
before you
20,
came back,
22.
we had talked about that with the previous guy.
Yeah.
My suggestion was real simple. You can do a tracker in Excel. Just create a tracker that gives us permissions, like gives us rights to look at it and not change anything. It's a lot, make it live.
Well, that's what I do
active.
my case log on, is Excel. And then I turn it over to Ashley and to Miss Ebony. So they have a monthly stat of everything that I've done.
Okay, perfect. So what I'm saying is when it becomes accessible to us, you have to make it private. So like when we look at it, we can't make a change to it by mistake or even not to say on purpose, but
Right.
you gotta lock it so that when you share it, nobody can.
So definitely when I give it to them, I guess Chief can approve and then they can send it out to you all,
Correct.
so y'all can look at
But
it.
that starts
Okay.
with you though, since you are the
Absolutely.
creator of the spreadsheet.
I'll lock it
Okay.
and give it to them. And then we'll do it that way,
Perfect.
to make sure that y'all have access to everything that's going on. Because legally, I'm not supposed to put out an open case to anybody. So definitely, it has to go to Chief first, and then he has to approve it. So that way I can make sure y'all get it.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It seems like it just take up less time with us having to come back or anybody else coming to us and want to know what we're doing in this. We just look at it and she's currently working on that. She's currently working on that.
So that way you guys are well aware of what's going on through the city.
I think so.
Okay.
Are these done usually monthly? Or
Yes, my monthly codes, I have to go back because I can't just put everything like as it goes, because the case, you don't know if it's gonna close quick or if it's gonna, stay
linger
open.
around for
So I always try to give people time. I try not to just automatically go write a ticket to somebody. I want to talk to them a little bit, before a citation is written. I think communication is key.
Right. My only other question was, I know
Yes,
we
ma'am.
are updating our information for the code, but if I'm not mistaken, we're still operating solely off of the cap counties.
Not solely.
No.
We also have our own codes
So
that's similar, but at the same time, some of them doesn't have the wording that I use. So I have to pick and choose which one I'm going to decipher.
let me ask it this way.
Yes,
Because I have compared certain sections of what we do and what
the
our
CAB.
city, or you know what I'm trying to say,
Yes,
CAB
ma'am.
does. So like, okay, pretty much DeKalb County, since we're part of DeKalb County, is like our basic foundation, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And anything that we are doing is just kind of adding an extra layer,
Yes,
whatever
ma'am.
it is.
Absolutely.
Okay, that's the part I wanted to just make sure of.
Absolutely.
Okay,
'Cause we can be stricter than, but not
not less
than.
than. Correct. Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Anybody else have a question?
I want to thank you for that tree.
Thank you.
They did come
Thank you.
out, but and I'm talking about trees that you come around that corner. They are broken at the bottom on the right hand side. They're just waiting for a push or something to happen. When you
Okay.
come around that right, when you come on Rochester,
Yes,
and
ma'am.
you're going around on the right hand side, if you slow down, you can see the trees that are broken at the very bottom. They're right.
Okay. I'll look into it and find out whose property it is.
Okay.
Yes,
Thank you so much.
Yes,
for-
ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We appreciate
Anytime,
you so
guys.
much.
Thank
No,
you.
I'm trying.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. All right, any council members update?
Have one. On Sunday, I had the pleasure of participating in the sponsored back to school event that was sponsored by Flavors Barbershop, Platinum, Bar and Lodge. These are businesses that are on Main Street. Couple motorcycle crews that are from the city, based in the city of Lithonia, and a couple other businesses. I apologize if I missed this, but they did after the final tally. They gave out 300 book bags. And the young ladies were able to get their hair service. I think a total of maybe 35 young ladies got their hair done. And maybe 40 plus young men got haircuts. All courtesy of the salons also too on Main Street. I personally was able to give out 40 pairs of new and jelly used sneakers, and it was so sweet to see the kids was like, I can have these for real. And so that was nice to be a part of that. So thank you to all those businesses, thank you to council. But just wanted to keep you guys updated on what we do as a community to make sure that our children are taken care of. That was nice to me.
Thank you, Councilman Murphy. Anyone else?
Yes, I would like to thank Side Effects for hosting East Camp Senior Center
All right,
at Side
good.
Effects. We had bingo and lunch at Side Effects. And we also had Morgan at Crafty Beans, the coffee shop, to make our dessert. So Side Effects, Crafty Beans, bringing the seniors into the city and mingling and having a great time. Thank you, seniors.
Thank you, Susan. Okay, with that, is there a need for executive session? Okay,
Oh, okay.
all right, can I have a councilwoman make that?
All right, let's go ahead. I'll make a motion to go into executive session for all 4 topics: personnel, litigation, real estate, and cybersecurity.
Second.
All right. All in favor?
Uh,
Okay, the motion passed. We will now enter an executive session. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
y'all have a good night.
Ms. Reed, the Cobb County is coming out to fix the pothole.
Make a motion, come out, executive session. Wait.
Let me motion. You got to summarize what we talked about.
I need a motion to come out of executive session. A motion to come out of executive session. I will make a motion, we'll begin the second. All those in favor?
Aye.
After all this special meeting, there is no decision coming out of session. Council, motion.
I make a motion to adjourn.
Joined by Councilman Murphy and seconded by Councilwoman Nguyen.
Thank
That's why I say your name all the time, so they can write that down in the minutes. Help it out there.
I'm running late.
Aye.
Aye.
Oh, we didn't take the vote? Nope. All in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous decision to end the